Hello children, let's come back to our maths class. Today we are going to continue our class. That is, we are going to start our lesson 3, but from lesson 3 we are going to continue a new topic. Today we are going to see an interesting topic, and that is matrices. Okay children, here this is a plural form and the singular form is matrix. We may call it as matrix, and if you use more than one matrix, you may call it as matrices. What is this children? Matrix. M-A-T-R-I-X. Matrix. The plural form is matrices. So this is a very interesting topic, and this topic is not only you are going to prepare in your class 10, but this is going to be carried out to your higher classes. We have matrix applications in our 11th standard, and also you have matrix application in your 12th standard. So you have to be very clear about the basic concepts, and in our class 10 we are going to study the basic concept of matrix. We are going to see what are the different terms involved in matrix. What is matrix? This name would be a new name to you, yes children? So this is the word that you are hearing for the first time. So let us study, or let us go in detail about matrix. So I would like you to concentrate your class so that it will be useful for clearing your basic concepts. First of all, see children, I am just considering a matrix. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is just for your explanation. Do not write down anything. I'll give you a time and I'll tell you what to write down in your classwork. Suppose, let us consider a matrix A, and this is given as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So now, what is the meaning of matrix first of all? Matrix is a rectangular array of elements. Rectangular array of elements. What is the definition for matrix children? It is a rectangular array. Rectangular array means what? Arrangement. It can be like when you just see the arrangement of element, it looks like a rectangle. You can form a rectangle over here. Okay, and maybe you may have a square, but we know we don't use a term square array. We call it as rectangular array because a square can be called as a rectangle. A square can be called as a rectangle, but rectangle cannot be called as a square. I hope you people are getting confused. Yes children? See here children. If I talk about a rectangle, what is the meaning of rectangle? It has length, it has breadth. That is, the opposite sides are equal. What is the definition for rectangle? The opposite sides are equal. So length, breadth. Similarly, if I consider a square, now what is the meaning of square? All the four sides are equal. I'll just take here A, okay? All the four sides are square. Now, just apply the definition for rectangle here. What was the definition for rectangle children? The opposite sides are equal. That means here, when I go for a square part, the opposite sides AA, they are equal. Again, the opposite sides are equal. So we can say that a square is a rectangle. Are you clear? Square is a rectangle, but rectangle is not a square. Always, it's not always, maybe, because here all the sides are not equal, children. So we cannot call a rectangle as a square. So rectangle may not be a square. I hope you are clear with the explanation children. So remember, whenever you arrange the elements in the form of square also, you have to call it as a rectangular arrangement. What is the meaning of matrix? Matrix is a rectangular array of elements. That is an arrangement of elements in a rectangular form. I hope you are clear with the definition of matrix children. Okay. Now what are the things we are going to see here? The first thing is, we are going to see the rows and the columns. What is a row here? What is a column here? Let's see. Let's go for the row. Okay children? Row are the horizontal arrangements. What are row? They are the horizontal. What do you mean by horizontal, children? The sleeping numbers. Like when you just see a sleeping. See here, when I consider this part, this is a horizontal arrangement. Again, this number is arranged horizontally. This one arranged horizontally. When the elements are arranged horizontally, such arrangements are called as rows. I hope you are clear with the point, children. So what is row? It is the horizontal arrangement. So how many rows do you have here? 1 row, 2 row and 3 rows. So totally we have 3 rows for this particular matrix A. What is the matrix we have taken here? It is taken as A. And we may have different matrix. We are not going to have the same matrix throughout the sums. For every time you would be having different numbers. So the thing you have to remember is you are going to find out how many rows are there. How many rows are there? 1, 2, 3. So first row, second row, third row. Are you clear, children? So what is the meaning of rows? The horizontal arrangement are called rows. Okay, now coming to the next part. Now we have some numbers which are arranged vertically. Yes, see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this vertical arrangements are called as columns. Are you clear, children? What is column? The vertical arrangement. So how many columns do you have here? Column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 4. So the numbers, the arrangements that is done horizontally are called as row, and if the arrangements are done vertically, you have to call it as column. So a matrix is comprised of a row and a column. Are you clear, children? And this number, see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are all called the elements. What are they called as? Elements. Clear, children? So you are learning a new topic. So just understand the topics and understand all the terms involved in it. So first of all, we studied what is a matrix. What is a matrix, children? Yes, it is a rectangular array of elements. A rectangular array. Array is like an arrangement. The elements are arranged in a rectangular form. Okay. Next we saw the rows and the columns. What are rows? The horizontal arrangement are called rows. Just keep in your mind, children. Horizontal. Hori. That is row. Vertical. Vertical means column. The vertical arrangement are called as column and the horizontal arrangement are called as rows. Okay, now here we have one more thing to be noted down, that is we have to find the order of the matrix. Now what do you mean by order of the matrix? The order of the matrix is m into n. We cannot multiply the order, children, just keep this in your mind. Order cannot be multiplied. You cannot multiply, like, okay, what is m and what is n? Let me tell you what is the meaning of m and what is the meaning of m. Now m is the row. How are we denoting row symbolically? We are denoting row symbolically as m. So m is the number of rows. What is m, children? It is the number of rows. What is n? It is the number of columns. Be careful. What is m and n? M is the number of rows and n is the number of columns. So now what are we going to do? We are going to find the order of the matrix. Let us find the order of matrix. How to find the order of matrix, children? M cross n. How are you going to read this? M cross n. So let us write the order. So order is equal to m cross n. What is m value? How many rows do you have here? 1, 2, 3. So total number of rows? 3. Yes, 3 cross. What is n? N is the number of column. How many columns do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 3 cross 4. Do not write the answer as 12. This is wrong way of writing the order. You have to write the order as m cross n. Be careful, children. How are you going to write down the order? M cross n. M is the number of rows and n is the number of columns. So you cannot multiply them. You have to just keep it as m cross n. Are you clear, children? So do not multiply the order. Okay. So here one more thing you have to find out is the number of elements. How are you going to find the number of elements? Very easy. I can count the number of elements. Yes, children? Yes, see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That means the total number of elements is 12. Yes or no? Okay. But now, if they have not given you the matrix, okay, I'll just rub this matrix, and if the question is given to you as if m is equal to 8, okay children, n is equal to 6, something is given to you. They have given you just the values of the rows and the number of columns. They have given you if m is equal to 8, if the number of rows is equal to 8, and if the number of columns is equal to 6, then find out the number of elements. How are you going to find the number of elements, children? Yes, in this case, you are going to multiply mn. Yes. So, mn, that is 8 6. So, total number of element is 48. There's a difference. You may ask, ma'am, we just kept the number as it is. You told don't multiply, and here you are multiplying. Just be careful, the terms are different. Here we were talking about the order. Yes, children, so whenever you are talking about the order, you have to keep it in terms of m cross n. That is, m is the, what is that? Number of rows, and n is the number of columns. Be careful, do not get confused. Order means writing the rows and the columns as it is, m cross n. And whenever we talk about the number of elements, you are going to multiply them. M into n, that is 48. So such type of questions can be asked for the multiple choice questions. So you have to be very, very clear. So if the number of rows and the number of columns is given to you, you can find out the number of elements. Are you clear, children? Okay. I would like you to tell you one more point, and then we will go to our classwork. Okay, children, let me consider a matrix. I'll consider a new matrix. I'll take B, and I'm going to give some names over here. I'll give -1, 0, 8, 2, 5, 9, 3, 7, 6. Okay, so we have a matrix B. The elements are -1, 0, 8, 2, 5, 9, 3, 7, 6. Okay, now here, first of all, let us see what are the things we have already seen. How many rows are there, children? How many rows? The horizontal arrangement. How many rows are there? 1, 2, 3. 1 row, second row, the third row. That means m is equal to 3. Number of rows. Yes, children? Now, 1, 2, 3. How many columns do you have? 3 columns. Yes, that means n is equal to 3. It is number of columns. Clear? Okay. Now let us go for the order. What is the order, children? M cross n. That's good. So what is the order? 3 cross 3. Do not multiply. You should not multiply the order. You have to keep it as it is. So this is 3 cross 3. Clear, children? Now let us go for one more thing. I have already told you to find out the number of elements. Yes, children? So how are you going to find the number of elements? Number of elements is equal to mn. Be careful. So what you can do is, children, for order you put a cross here, and for number of elements you just write down mn. Okay. So what is m, children? 3. What is n? 3. 3 3s are. Do not get confused. So just put 3 3, which is equal to 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So total number of elements is 9. By looking at the matrix, I can find out the number of elements. If suppose they are not giving you the matrix, you can just apply the formula. What is the formula for finding number of elements? Mn. So 3, 3, it's 9. 3 3s are 9. Okay. I want you to tell the general form of the matrix, children. See the general form. I'll take the same matrix. The general form is A11, A12, A13. I'll tell you what is it. Okay, children? A11. See, okay, whenever you start, you have to start from A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. So this is the general form, and this may go up to any extent. This is according to the order of the matrix. Just I have taken here 3 by 3 matrix. That is the order. What was the order here? It was 3 by 3. So I am just taking a 3 by 3 matrix. So what is the first element? How to read the first element? A11. What do you mean by A11? A11 means the first row, the first column. What is A11? First row, first column. Okay, just see here, children. First row, yes. First row, first column. This is first row, second column. First row, third column. Are you getting the explanation? A13 means what? First row, third column. The first number gives you the information about row, and the second number gives you the information about column. I hope you are clear, children. Okay, so what is the first element? A11. What do you mean by 11? First row, first element. That is first row, first column. 1, 2, first row, second column. First row, third column. 2, 1 means we are coming to the second row. Yes, children. Second row, first column. Second row, second column. Second row, third column. 3, 1, third row, first column. Third row, second column. Third row. This is third row, yes? Third row, third column. So this is the general form of the matrix. You may be given a question. This will be not given to you, okay? So you would be given a question. It will be, a matrix will be given to you like this, and they will ask you, find A11. You have to find A11. So first column, first element. Where is the first column? First row, first. 1, 1 means first is row, and the second one is column. First row, okay. First column, okay. So which number is coming? -1. So what is our answer? The answer is -1. I hope you are clear. Okay, let us go for some more elements. I have to find out A23. What are we going to find out? A23. What do you mean by A23? Second row, third column. Where is second row? I'll rub the first one, okay? Second row. Where is the second row, children? This is the second row. Second row, third column. Where is the third column? This one. So which is the number? Yes, 9. So the answer is 9. Okay, I'll give you one more. A31. Let us find A31. What is the meaning of 31? Third row, first column. First one is row, second one is column. So third row, first column. Where is the third row? This is the third row. First column, yes, this is the first column. So what is the answer? 3 is the answer. I hope you are clear. Okay, you may be asked in another manner also. They may ask you, give the position of 5. Where is the element 5 lying on? Where is 5 lying on? Let us find where is 5 lying on. See, 5 is lying on the second row. First of all, find out the row. Where is it lying? Second row. Where it is lying in the column side? It is lying on the second column. So this is A, 2, 2. Clear? Second row, second column. Okay, we'll find out one more thing. 7. Where is the element 7 lying, children? Let's see. Third row, yes, A, third row. That means you have to write down A and you have to write the numbers below it. Okay, children, this is the correct way of writing the elements. So A, I was talking about 7, yes. It is lying on the third row, so 3, and it is lying on the second column, so it's 2. So A, 3, 2. I hope you are clear with the matrix basic, yes children. So you know what is a matrix. What is a matrix, children? Matrix is a rectangular array of elements. What is matrix? Matrix is a rectangular array of elements. Okay. What is a row? The horizontal arrangement is called a row. Okay. What are columns? The vertical arrangement are called as columns. I hope you're clear. The horizontal arrangements are called as rows and the vertical arrangement are called as columns. How to write the order? You have to write the order as m cross n. M cross n. You have to write the number of rows and you have to write the number of columns. Do not multiply for order. How to find the number of elements? You have to find the number of elements by multiplying the row and column. 3 3s are 9. Clear, children? Okay. And I have told you how to write the general format. So A11, A12, A13, 21, 22, 23. A31, A32, A33. Are you clear, children? Okay. So now take down your classwork. Take down your classwork, write down today's date, give the heading points to remember. Give the heading points to remember. Here is the first point. A matrix is a rectangular array of elements. Okay. A matrix is a rectangular array of elements. Okay. The horizontal arrangements are called rows. The vertical arrangement are called columns. So these are the 3 points we have taken. 10, 15. Okay, so we have taken on 3 points. The first one, a matrix is a rectangular array of elements. The second point, the horizontal arrangements are called rows. The third one, the vertical arrangements are called columns. I hope you are clear with this 3 point, children. Okay, so now you are going to take a matrix. You are going to draw a matrix just below the points. Okay, children, draw a matrix. You can use your pen, no problem. You can draw the matrix with a pen. Just, you can use the bracket. You can draw the bracket with the pen, no problem. Give some example. You write down. Let A is equal to, I give you some number, minus 1, 0, 3, 5, minus 8, 2, 7, 6, 5. Give a matrix over here. Okay, I just put this as point number 4. Let A is equal to minus 1, 0, 3, 5 minus 8, 2, 7, 6, 5. Okay, children? So we have taken a matrix. Now what are we going to do? Now here I am going to write down the details. So you are going to write the details with the pencil. I just repeat you once again, children. You are going to use your pencil to fill the details. Okay. Take your pencil. You have to draw a line using your scale. This is the first row. Second row. Third row. Clear? First row, second row, third row. You show what is the first row. That means minus 1, 0, 3 in first row. 5 minus 8, 2 in second row. 7, 6, 5 in third row. Take down the row. You have to use your scale and pencil to show the line, because you should be thorough. You should know what is the meaning of row and what is the meaning of column. So how many rows do you have, children? So total number of rows is equal to, what is the symbol we are using for rows? M. Good. And how many rows do you have? 1, 2, 3. So write down here M is equal to 3. Let A is equal to, you write the matrix. This is with the pen. Okay, the bracket, the numbers all with the pen. But the explanation part, the line, the first row, the second row, the third row, total number of rows, M is equal to 3. You can write with a pencil. Have you taken down the first explanation? Okay, now what are you going to do? You are going to draw the line below. So let us draw a line. So this is the first column. Second column. Third column. First column, second column, third column. How to read this? So this is read as, these are the columns, total number of columns. Total number of columns is equal to n is equal to 3. So you write down the columns as n, and that is taken as n. And what is the total number of n? 3. We have 3 columns, so you have to write down as 3. Okay, taken down? Okay, good. Now let us write the order. What is the order, children? Write an order here. Order is equal to m cross n. So 3 cross 3. Write down the order. So we are just going with all the details. I have given you the number of rows. I have given you the number of columns. And also you are writing the order. What is the order? M cross n. 3 by 3. Okay, one more point you have to write down. We are going to write down the total number of elements. Total number of elements. I have told you, when the matrix is given, I can directly count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. But when the matrix is not given, what is the formula you are going to apply? Mn. 3 into 3. 9. Total number of elements, Mn. 3, 3. That's 3 into 3 is 9. Okay, done? Now, what you have to do is, you have to write the general form. Okay, write down this point. Okay, I'll just give you one another thing, children. For general matrix, I'll give you another matrix. Otherwise, this will be more complicated. Okay, just keep the 4th point as it is. 5th point, general form of matrix. A11, A12, A13, 21, 22, 23, 31, 32, 33. So remember the general form of a matrix. Children, this may go on, okay? This may go on. We can have any number of matrix, and here also we may have any number of columns. So general form. So you may have A14, A15, A16 and so on. Here we have A41, 42, 43, 51, 52, 53 and so on. So this is a general form. Write down the general form of a matrix. A11, A12, A13. I hope you have taken down the fourth point. Let us go for the further. I'll just wrap this part, children. I hope you would have taken down this. Okay. So now here I'll just explain to you a few parts. For example, here A11. What is the meaning of A11? Element of first row and first column. What is the meaning of A11? Element, not elements, element of first row, first column. This is R and this is C. First one is R and second one is C. RC. A, 2, 3. So 2 and 3. So 2 is the row and 3 is the column. Element of second row and third column. Okay, so and so on. I'm just giving you a rough idea. I'm not going to explain all the details. I'm just giving you two examples so that you will be clear how to read. So how to read A12, element of first row, second column. So just you have to take down this point also. Here A11, element of first row and first column. 2, 3 means element of second row and third column. Okay. Going home. Okay, children. So what we have seen? We have seen A11. How to read A11? It is the element of first row and first column. A23, that means the element of second row and third column. Clear? Okay, so this was the different points that you have studied today under the topic matrix. Okay, children, we have few more points. We have to study about the different types of matrix. I'll be giving you the details of types of matrix in the next class. Now, let us continue with our exercise 3.16. I hope you have taken down all the 5 points. Have you taken down all the 5 points, children? Okay, good. Now, give the heading exercise 3.16. Give the heading exercise 3.16. Now, from 3.16, your homework will be question number 1. Homework is exercise 3.16, sum number 1. I have already explained to you in the examples. In the points, remember, I have explained you about the matrix. I have told you how to find the number of elements. I have told you how to find the order of the elements. And also, we have seen how to write the elements. So, you should know. Suppose, see here, I'll just give you an idea. Suppose you have a matrix 8, 9, 4, 3, minus 1, root 7, root 3 by 2, 5, 1, 4, 3, 0, 6, 8, minus 11, 1. I hope you people know how to find the order. So first of all, count the number of rows, then count the number of columns, then you have to write the order of the matrix. And for finding the total number of elements, you have to multiply m into n. That is number of rows into number of columns. And one more thing, for the third part, how to write down the answer. You may have a confusion for how to write down the answer for the third subpart. So what you have to do is, now this is the matrix given to you. Yes, children, you can take your pencil. You have to write the question first. Yes, you would have written the question in for your homework. You have to write down with the pencil. A11, A12, A13, A14, 21, 22, 23, 24, 31, 32, 33, 34, 41, 42, 43, 44. First of all, you write down the elements, the general form in the question with the help of a pencil. You have to use your pencil, and after that you can identify. Now what is the first thing given? Write the elements A22. So what is A22? You can directly write. So third subpart, A22 means, what is A22? See here, this one. A22 is root 7. That's all. You have to just write down the answer. I hope you are clear and you can complete your first question. Yes, children? Okay. So now we are going to start with sum number 2. Take down question number 2. So from exercise 3.16, the first question will be a homework. Take down the second question. If a matrix has 18 elements, what are the possible orders it can have? What if it has 6 elements? So they have given you two things. If a matrix has 16, there is 18 elements and 6 elements. What are the possible orders it can have? Okay, it's very simple. First, what is the number of elements? 18 elements. So number of elements is equal to 18. So they have asked you two questions. Here we have two questions under the same question, that is 2. So number of elements is equal to 18. Okay, so now what are they asking you? They are asking you to write the possible orders. Therefore, possible orders are, it's very easy. You have to just use your factorization method. So this will be 18, yes children. So 1 into 18, 2 into 9. That is, you have to get the answer as a multiple, or we can say you have to just express 18 as a product of two numbers. That's all. Simple. Just keep in your mind, for possible orders, you are going to express the 18 as a multiple of two number. So 1 18s are 18, 2 9s are 18. So go in a order. So 3 6 are 18, 4 5 6, yeah, 6. You may ask, already 3 into 6 is done. Okay, so here we have to write down, because when I go for the order, you know that the order is taken as m cross n. This is row and this is column. Yes, children? So if you write 3 cross 6, it means 3 row and 6 column. Are you clear? And similarly, if I take 6 3 means, it means 6 row and 3 column. So both the numbers are totally different. They give you a different meaning. 3 6 means 3 rows, 6 columns. And 6 3 means 6 rows and 3 columns. Okay, children, so be careful. You have to write down everything. So I have taken 6 3, then 9 2, and you can write 18. So just I'll put 1 equal to sign, and this is 18 ones. So these are the possible orders. So what are the possible orders? 1 into 18, 2 into 9, 3 into 6, 6 into 3, 9 into 2, 18 into 1. Clear? Okay. Let's go for the second subpart. They are asking you, what if it has 6 elements? What if it has 6 elements? Same manner we are going to continue. Let us write down here. Write down. It's a continuation. So number of elements is equal to 6. They have told you first for 18 elements and then they are asking for 6 elements. So number of elements is equal to 6. Therefore, possible orders are 6. Yes, so 1 into 6, 2 into 3, 3 into 2, 6 into 1. I have told you 2 into 3 and 3 into 2 have different meaning. They are different. 2 row, 3 column. 3 row, 2 column. So they are different. So be careful. So you have to write down all the answers. 1 into 6, 2 into 3, 3 into 2, 6 into 1. Clear, children? So we have completed our sum number 2. Let us go for the next question. Take down question number 3. Take down question number 3. In question number 3, you have to construct a 3 by 3 matrix whose elements are given by, first one, Aij is equal to mod I minus 2j. Let's go for the sum. This is a very important question. They may ask this question for a 2 mark or a 5 mark. Okay, you may be asked the questions for 2 mark or 5 marks. So you have to be very careful with the questions. Let's go for the answer. I hope you have completed your second question. Okay. See here, children. From question number 3, we have 2 subparts. I'll be doing the first subpart as homework and you are going to do the second subpart as homework. So this is the first question you are going to do, and from question number 2, the second subpart is your homework. First question is your homework, that is you are going to write down all the 3 subparts in question number 1, and from question number 3, the second subpart. Shall we continue with the sum 3, children? This is a very easy sum. Let us work out. Construct a 3 by 3 matrix. So you have to construct a 3 by 3 matrix. So first of all, let me write the general form. Write down your general form. So general form of 3 by 3 matrix. What is the meaning of 3 by 3 matrix, children? 3 by 3 means number of rows is 3 and number of columns is 3. What is the meaning of 3 by 3? Number of columns, this number of rows 3, number of columns 3. If you have 3 by 4 means 3 rows, 4 columns. Are you getting my point? Similarly, now here they are asking you for a 3 by 3 matrix. So let us write the general form of 3 by 3 matrix. So this is A11, A12, A13. So 3 columns, 2-1, 2-2, 2-3, 3-1, 3-2, 3-3. You can write with the pen, children. No need to worry about this. We are writing the general form. So how we are writing the general form? 3 by 3 matrix. So how many rows you are having? 1 row, 2 row, 3 row. And how many columns are you having? 1, 2, 3. So 3 rows, 3 columns. So this is a 3 by 3 matrix. So I have written down, you can write down here 3 by 3. 3 by 3. At the bottom of the bracket you can write 3 by 3. This shows that it has 3 rows and 3 columns. Have you taken down the general form, children? Take down the general form of a 3 by 3 matrix. A11, A12, A13, 2-1, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. Okay, what is given to you? What is the question given to you? Aij is equal to mod of I minus 2j. What's given to you? Aij. Here, I means the number of rows, j means the number of columns. Be careful, children. What is the meaning of I? Number of rows. What is the meaning of j? Number of columns. Okay. So now what are we going to do? Very easy thing. I am going to replace this. See, I want to find out all the values. Here we have just taken the general form. We have written A11, we have written A12, but I don't know what are the elements. So what are you going to do? We are going to find out the elements. So what I am going to do here, I am going to write out A11. See, I am going to write A11. So what is this 1? The 1 is the value for I. Be careful, see here, children. Aij is I minus 2j. Yes, children, but what is 1 here? That's I. What is 1 here? J. So I value is 1, J value is 1. If you have A12, what is the meaning of A12? I value is 1. What is the value for J? It's 2. So we have to go on changing the values for I and J. So first of all, we are going to find A11. A11 very easy. Wherever you have I, you should put 1. And wherever you have J, you have to put 1. So put here, this is modulus sign. Okay children? Just put, we have already used the modulus sign in our previous classes. We have already used the term modulus. I'll tell you what is the meaning of that. Let us solve this. So this is 1. I is 1 minus 2. What is J value? 1. So 1 minus 2. 2 ones are 2. You get minus 1. What is the value for 1 minus 2? Minus 1. And the meaning of modulus, and this is the sign called as modulus. The modulus means you have to write only the positive value. So what is the answer you get here? 1. Are you clear children? A11 means you have to write I as 1 and J as 1. So I minus 2J, this is from the question. So 1 minus 2 into 1, 1 minus 2, that's minus 1, you get the answer as 1. I should not, that is, once I remove the absolute sign, I have to change the sign. So minus 1 is 1. What is the value for mod 5 or absolute value of 5? This is read as absolute value of 5, or you can read as mod of 5, modulus of 5. Okay, modulus of 5. How are you going to read this? Absolute value of 5, or you can read as modulus of 5. That means you are going to get a positive answer. Modulus of 5 is 5. Modulus of minus 5 is also 5. The negative answer will turn to be a positive answer. The positive answer will remain positive. Clear? Okay. Shall we continue children? So we have found A11. Now you are going to find out so many values. 1, 2, total 9 values we have to find. Fine. So go on finding A12. Find A13. A21. A22. A23. Find out. Find out the value children. I hope you have started with the work. Very good. Let's go with the work. So 1, 2. What is the meaning of 1, 2? I is 1, J is 2. So 1 minus 2, 2. A12. 1, I is 1, J is 2. So 1 minus 2, 2. 1 minus 4, minus 3, 3. 1 minus 4, minus 3. So absolute value, when I remove the absolute value, I get 3. Be quicker children. A13. I is 1, minus 2. What is J? It's 3. 1 minus 2 3s are 6. 1 minus 6, minus 5. Good. So what is the answer? 5. Okay. Find out 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. Come on. I hope you are trying out the values children. Try out the value. Two, 1. 2, 1 means I is 2, J is 1. So 2 minus 2 into 1. 2 minus 2, 0. Yes. Next one. 2 minus 2 into 2. 2 minus 4. Minus 2. 2. A23. So I is 2, J is 3. So I 2 minus 2 into 3. 2 minus 6 minus 4. 4. I hope you are clear with the points. So we have found 2, 1, we have found 2, 2, we have found 2, 3. Now we have still some more elements to be found. Yes, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3. Let us find over here. So A, 3, 1, A, 3, 2, A, 3, 3. I, 3 minus 2 into 1. 3 minus 2, 1. 3, 2. 3 minus 2 into 2. 3 minus 4. 3 minus 4, it's minus 1. So you get 1. 3, 3. I'll just continue 3, 3 over here. A, 3, 3. I, what is I? 3 minus 2j, 2, 3. 3 minus 6 minus 3, so it's 3. So we have got all the values, so let us write the required matrix. Therefore, required matrix is equal to. So let us write on the matrix. Okay, what was the value we have got? You would have the values with you, children. So first we got 1 for A11. Yes, this was the matrix. A11, A12, A13. 21, 22, 23. 31, 32, 33. For A11 what we got? 1. Then we got 3, 5. 2, 1. We got 0, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 1, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 3, 3. So 1, 3, 5, 0, 2, 4, 1, 1, 3. So this is the required matrix. So this is the answer. You can just write down here 3 by 3. I hope you're clear with the sums. Yes, children? So first of all, you have to write the general matrix. Okay, I have written the general matrix. And 1, 1 means the I is 1, the J is 1. Here I is 1, J is 2. So accordingly, you have to substitute the value and you have to get the answer. So we have completed our question number 3, the first subpart. And second subpart will be done as a homework. Okay, children? We'll be continuing with the types of matrix in the next class. We have some sums based on the types. So I'll be explaining you about the different matrix in the next class.